Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
One of the creepiest things I've ever seen. It was 3:30 a.m.
Flash is on. Alright, let's take a look. Anything's in there? There's nothing.
One of the creepiest things I've ever seen.
That was creepy. That cat was really talking. What about that thing sitting on top of the tree? What was that? A little demon slash Smeagol.
Greetings, boars and ghouls. I'll be with you as soon as I finish with this customer. We were just going over some of the terms of his coverage.
Do you guys remember that horror show?
And I'm finna say something that probably nobody's ever said on the internet. The largest pyramids in Egypt or in Africa are under the sand in the desert. There are pyramids larger than the ones in Giza under the sand. Then there's people who blatantly trying to hide this. There is evidence of a lost society because there's this glass that they find in the Sahara Desert. It's a green tinted glass that can only be made from nuclear.
What type of ancient battle took place in the Sahara Desert?
Bro, is that my fork? What? Hello?
No.
Why is that?
No.
Bro, is that my fork? What? Hello?
No.
Why is that?
No.
Hello? What the hell? Bro, I don't care about my bike. Hello? Is anybody there? I don't know, dude. Am I just hearing things? Hello? What the Yep, nope, I'm good.
How creepy was that? It sounded like someone said help.
My grandpa's brother, he was a well witcher, and what he would do is all the wells on this property he actually found. My uncle lives here now, and my grandpa and my parents have a house up here, and all the wells were found using well witching. My dad started playing around and figured out that he could do it, and then I started playing around and figured out that I could do it, and then for whatever reason my grandpa, my brother, not so much. So basically what we do is we cut a piece of oak out of one of the live oak trees around here, and you just get a nice like end branch where it comes to a little Y like this. You hold it in your hands like this, and then you walk around. I mean, this sounds completely insane, and I've been doing it over and over and over again because I don't really believe it myself. Here it goes. So I basically, my grandpa, he knew there was a well in this area because his brother had witched the well, but or an underwater spot where you can get water, but he didn't tell my dad and I where it was, and so we went and looked around the property and found this area, and my grandpa confirmed, sure enough, this is where the water is underground. So we have one well over there, and then if we wanted to, we could put a well in here, but we've already got a well, so we don't need it. But you can see, if you watch the stick, I just hold it loosely like this, arms up against my abdomen, and I start walking over an area, and you can see the stick is starting to go downwards. My knuckles aren't turning. In fact, I'm pulling my knuckles towards me. You can see right now. I'm trying as hard as I can to pull the stick up.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension.
and right underground right there is where it is. So once again, I mean, I can come at it from this direction. You can see it starting to go down. You can see me. I'm pulling I'm white knuckling it as hard as I can, pulling my knuckles inwards, and it's pointing. My grandpa's brother, he was well with.
I feel like that's something crazy to lie about. But is that what y'all do when you have so much money and land? You just like, man, let me try these new 2 sticks. I got you. We gotta find this well. There it is. How do you make it make sense? How do you make this up?
Alright, let's take a look at this temple. Clearly melted, just like all the other ones. As you can see, the carbon-14, the red brick. Yes, these columns were all red brick with concrete molds over them. Clearly melted with extreme temperatures, literally petrified by electrification. This is the melted reality. These temples were set up all over the realm, a grid system. Millions of these temples, and these were just sitting at the top of much, much larger superstructures.
He was working that. What was that called? Healing frequency. I could feel the positivity. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Feast your eyes on this excellent specimen. There's nothing in the description. I cannot identify this. If you know what this is called, please drop it in the comments. If I had to give it a name, the name I would give this is Lavender Snow Cone. Lavender Snow Cone is the name of this excellent specimen. What would you call this? It looks like we have some lime green in there as well. Okay, we got number 2. I would call this right off the bat, Pink Christmas Tree. This would be the pink Christmas tree. Another one. This one would be movie theater. Movie theater popcorn would be the name of this one. Look, there's many ones. Oh, look at this one. What is this? We got little pink frosted flakes in there with miniature grape clusters. It's extraordinary. The pink frosted flakes is what made it pop.
I totally agree with you. when anywhere could be an airport for these airships, even the most remote regions. That's what I think a lot of these lighthouses' original purposes were, or at least not just to guide boats in the night. These remote lighthouses were probably built with the help of these airships. They could even land on lakes. You could even go fishing off of these airships. Just take a look at this airship from California in 1920. It's just a little fishing trip off the lake. But not just lighthouses. Look at these old world water towers. Or observation towers, like the New Brighton Tower. Built in 1898, only 2 years to build, and then torn down because they neglected it in 1919. Looks like a definite mooring station, if not free energy generating station as well. And with the speed and versatility of these airships, it allowed them to explore some of the most remote regions of this realm, like the Arctic poles. And with all the mystery, secrecy, and restrictive travel to Antarctica, perhaps that's one other reason why airships had to go. If we could have had personal airships where we could fish off of lakes on, imagine what areas we could explore they don't want us to see. Some of these airships were even aircraft carriers, so you could take your airplane along for the ride. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
That is extremely interesting. Imagine owning your own personal airship. You could literally go anywhere. Where would you go?
And here's the famous Pharaoh table. They say that Doc Holliday dealt Pharaoh at this table. Now, here it is right here. It says here, this is the original Pharaoh table where Doc Holliday... Hello? And here's the famous Pharaoh table. They say that Doc Holliday dealt Pharaoh at this table. Now, here it is right here. It says here, this is the original Pharaoh table where Doc Holliday played and dealt Pharaoh. Doc Holliday and Johnny Ringo had their famous duel between the Pharaoh table and the grand piano. It's just right over here.
From the movie Tombstone, man, it's been a while since I've seen that. I have to watch it again. But I definitely would love to see this. Where is this, in Arizona?
The ringmakers of Saturn. His name is Dr. Norman Berggren, alumnus of Ames Research Lab. He's looking at the Voyager photos of Saturn in great detail and seeing vast, huge ships making plasma cloud cover in the ring around Saturn. We have a ring forming around our planet as well. But what are these rings? Certainly the one around our planet I kind of have some ideas on, but what about these other planets? And how are they being made? In the big lie, there is always a certain force of credibility because the broad masses of a nation are always more easily corrupted in the deeper strata of their emotional nature than consciously or voluntarily. And it is crucially important to any dialogue on what is happening to make a ring around our planet, to completely control our weather. Masses, trillions and trillions of sensors and nanobots to fall down. This whole drama that I'm involved in now began with HAARP. In 1996, I was reading Nick Begich and Gene Manning's book, Angels Don't Play This Harp. I was substitute teaching one day, reading the book during my lunch hour, and 2 male faculty joined me, and there was another mousy woman who stared at her sandwich the whole time we were talking, and they wanted to know all about what I was reading, and I told them the little bit I knew at that point. And the following day, I had a military helicopter over my house for 5 minutes. HAARP was crucial because they did a variety of experiments. We had other ionospheric heaters. We had Arecibo, we had Brookhaven National Labs, but none had the power that HAARP could have. It could logarithmically increase the power depending on how it was used. It also had a steering mechanism in it. It was for the Star Wars program, the SDI program, Strategic Defense Initiative, under Reagan, Cheney, and Bush. They had to table it because they could not run the operations the way they wanted to, because the atmosphere did not have enough particulate matter in it. HAARP changed all that. HAARP proved how to do it. It could turn the Earth's atmosphere into a mini ionosphere. It is a phased array antenna. And what that means is it has a dual ability to steer. It had 180 antenna units organized in 15 columns by 12 rows. You might be interested in knowing is that 5 that we're all in fear and trembling of is also a phased array antenna with great steering capability.
For entertainment purposes only, don't believe everything you hear or see on this video. But the fact a military helicopter over a house for 5 minutes, that is definitely disturbing. This man escaped the system.
This is the largest. You hitchhike with bare feet? In the summertime, yes, but not in the wintertime. It's not healthy to go barefoot in the wintertime. No driver's license, no identification. What about social security card? I don't have one. No, my parents did establish a social security number for me, and the card said not valid unless signed, so I never signed it. And then I studied the issue, and I decided to revoke my social security number. So in a way, you don't exist. Yeah, and I had a birth certificate, but there was a flood and it washed away, so I don't have that either. I don't exist in the eyes of the government, but I do exist in the lives of people that know me and my Father in heaven. So you got to come out of the house if someone calls. Yep. So why do you have the phone out of the house? You want the distraction? Yeah. If I'm studying my Bible or something, I don't want to be interrupted. I come out here to check messages, and when it's convenient for me on my schedule, I come and then I'm going. This is how you get your water? Yes. I've got a little gutter on the back of this shed here, and just fills up this rain barrel, and then I just dip it out. No filter? No. Do you ever read, Titus? Yes, I like to read my Bible, and I like to read history. You hitchhike with bare feet? In the summertime, yes, but
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all.
This video was captured on Chase Avenue in Dudley Town, Connecticut, after numerous sightings of a ghastly shadow figure in the woods behind the property. The owners had a camcorder ready and loaded with a tape in the event. It was seen again. Sure enough, on June 17, 2006, the evil-looking apparition re-emerged and was captured as it shimmered through the thick brush. No one in the town seems to know what it could be, but there were numerous murders committed in those woods over the centuries. The tape was submitted to the Institute of Forensic Parapsychology, and after undergoing rigorous...
Hi, it's me again. I'm just calling just to let you know. I've seen that thing again. I'm in the backyard. I've got the camera on. I'm trying to capture it. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to see if I can get it. Anyway, give me a call when you get this message. Bye.
He's not playing. He's calling people while he's recording. He's not playing.
No! What is that? No way. No.
Who's he calling? Ghostbusters?
What the f is that? No way. Yeah, it's me. I've just seen that thing. I've actually got it on camera. I'll show you when you get home. Give me a call as soon as you get this message. No! What is that? No Why?
This video was captured.
It could have been military operations and camouflage too. Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Why am I showing you this? Because the most famous tea in England would have come from China. Chinese tea was different than English tea. English tea is often blends of teas. Chinese tea is treated a little bit differently. It's all tea, but so if you drank Chinese tea, what's better to have than a Chinese teapot? Now this is an English teapot, but in the Chinese style with a food dog on the top and Chinese symbols all around.
That's a nice looking teapot.
Hello? Hello? 1, 2. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3. You can.
Hello?
What? That was a little tough. It was tough for me to hear. If anything, I thought they would be talking telepathically, like on some Aquaman type stuff. The code word is Major Monday. If you made it this far, go ahead, drop Major Monday in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one. You watched it all the way through, and I just want to say thank you. Your support means the world to me. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.